What if you could learn to control your dreams? Scientists are working on ways to help you explore your inner night world while you sleep. Here's what they've learned so far. Your brain is never more active than when you're awake, except when you're sleeping. At least that's what researchers at MIT and elsewhere have found. They uncovered these insights by scanning the brains of sleeping volunteers with magnetic resonance imaging machines. The scans revealed that the brain's default mode network, which becomes active when your mind wanders during introspection, was switching off during sleep. This finding suggested that the brain was actively preventing memories from intruding into conscious thought. But scientists were puzzled by another part of the brain that stayed active, the somatosensory cortex. It processes incoming signals about touch, temperature, and pain, among other sensations. But where were those signals coming from? The answer turned out to be surprising. The somatosensory cortex was getting input from the brainstem, the same area that shuts down when you're awake. Scientists think this might mean your brain is actively blocking painful or unpleasant memories from reaching consciousness while you sleep. 2. Not only are we selectively editing our dreams, it appears our brains are also staging a nightly battle between different networks of neurons. Now, knowing that your brain is very active while you're asleep, it's easy to wonder what exactly is going on up there. To find out, researchers at Harvard Medical School recorded the activity of 128 electrodes implanted in the brains of 9 epilepsy patients, who were already undergoing surgery. As the patients slept, the researchers identified distinct patterns of brain activity that cycled through 4 stages, which they named REM, A, B, C, and D. These stages lasted for 90 to 120 minutes, each and repeated throughout the night. During REM, the brain's overall activity increased, mimicking the brain activity of someone who's wide awake. In fact, brain scans show that REM is the only stage of sleep in which the brain uses almost as much energy as it does when you are conscious. Scientists used to think that REM sleep was all about dreaming, but it turns out that most dreams occur during REM-B, the next stage in the cycle. This is when your eyes move rapidly under your eyelids and your breathing becomes faster and more irregular. Unlike REM, brain activity during REM-B is focused in specific areas rather than being widespread, and it's during this stage that you're most likely to experience the bizarre logic of dreams, including floating through the air, having multiple arms, or encountering impossible creatures. As for REM-C and REM-D, they're actually periods of deep sleep punctuated by rapid eye movements. So if you're awakened during one of these stages, you might think you were just dozing. Now, scientists know that dreams aren't the only strange things that can happen during REM sleep. Some people also experience sleep paralysis, a temporary inability to move that can occur as you're falling asleep or waking up. About 80% of people report experiencing sleep paralysis at least once in their lives, and it often comes with a frightening sensation that you have an entity, usually an evil spirit, sitting on your chest. Researchers believe sleep paralysis happens when your brain is still sending signals to your muscles to keep them from moving, like it does during REM sleep, but at the same time your mind has woken up and is aware of your paralyzed state. Although REM sleep makes up about 20 to 25% of our total sleep time, about 80% of our dreams occur during this stage. Dreams during REM sleep tend to be more intense and emotionally charged than those that occur during non-REM sleep, and they can be quite vivid. Lucid dreaming, the act of becoming aware that you're dreaming while you're asleep, can even cause you to wake up. In fact, research suggests that people who practice lucid dreaming, like those who take a class on the subject, can increase their ability to control their dreams by up to 35%. In the future, scientists hope to develop ways to induce specific dreams by targeting these brain regions. One day soon, you might even be able to control your dreams on demand. But until then, scientists will continue exploring what goes on in our brains while we sleep. And it turns out there's a lot more to discover. For example, one team of researchers recently found that the brain synthesizes new proteins while you sleep. The team hopes that someday it may be possible to treat diseases such as Alzheimer's by interrupting the sleep-associated protein production. Meanwhile, other researchers are investigating how sleep affects the brain's default mode network. They hope to determine whether sleep helps us forget painful memories, or whether we have some control over what we remember and what we forget. It seems there really is nothing more mysterious than the human brain. Thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit the like button and check out our other videos.